The World Football Federation or FIFA plans to hold a special commemoration to commemorate the centenary of the FIFA World Cup, which will show 6 countries from 3 continents who will act as hosts of the prestigious 4-yearly prestigious football tournament in 2030. The 6 countries are Spain and Portugal as hosts. From Europe, Morocco as the host. From Africa and Uruguay, Argentina and Paraguay as the host. From Latin America. As we know, the World Cup was first held in 1930 in Uruguay, and now this country will again be one of the hosts of the 2030 World Cup along with 5. Meanwhile, Argentina is the defending champion of the 2022 World Cup, Qatar, after beating France in the final dramatically. Uruguay and Argentina are finalists in the first edition, while Paraguay is the host of the 2030 World Cup. Later, the 3 countries will hold one preliminary match for the 2030 World Cup, after which all the cup matches the 2030 World Cup will be held in Spain, Portugal, and also Morocco. Then the final will be held in Santiago, the home of Real Madrid. FIFA's decision to play the initial matches of the 2030 World Cup in Uruguay, Argentina and Paraguay is part of the 100th anniversary of the 6th World Cup hosting country. FIFA will automatically qualify for the final round, which will be participated by 48 contestant teams. In their official release, FIFA also opened registration to host the 2034 World Cup. They are inviting countries from all over the world to apply to host the tournament if the plan is true. If this happens, the 2030 World Cup will go down in history as the only edition of the World Cup which will be held on 3 continents and 6 countries. In the closest addition to the 2006 World Cup, FIFA has appointed 3 countries, namely Canada, the United States and Mexico, as hosts. Apart from that, the World Cup 2026 will also be the first edition where the number of participants will increase from 32 teams to 48 teams specifically for Asia itself. Diva is allotted 8 direct tickets to the 2026 World Cup finals. This number is more than the previous edition, which only had 5 tickets to the finals. Apart from that, the involvement of 3 continents in the 2030 World Cup, namely Europe, Africa and South America, means that this tournament will be allocated to Asia or Oceania in 2004. This will be a golden opportunity for Indonesia to be able to apply to host the 2034 World Cup. This will be history in itself. Indonesia, if this really happens, especially in the near future, Indonesia will also hold a big Kiva tournament, namely the 17-Age World Cup, which will kick off on November 10th. And ocean regions to submit football bids. Saudi Arabia began to mobilize to support the mission to host the World Cup for a number of top soccer players such as Cristiano Ronaldo. Neymar and Karim Benzema recently signed major deals with Saudi Pro League clubs.